yourself. You don't have the answer. You didn't give me an answer, and you're talking loud. Like you don't. So just shut up if you don't have the answer. If you can actually answer an object question without referring to objects, which it wasn't about visual, then just shut up.
Objects is about visual.
It's about the visual, not about objects. It's a sidetrack.
It's an inferior mirage of the sky. The boat's not the fucking sky. Just answered your question.
Visual reflection. It doesn't matter what it is.
A visual reflection, it doesn't matter what it is.
The sky is being reflected. That's a visual. The sky is not literally there. No, it's a reflection. So I don't understand why the boat is not reflecting. Likewise, like with all the other footage, like with the footage Ranty just demonstrated, you don't have an answer. So just shut
I do have an answer. I just told you.
Buddy, you're not an expert of everything. If you don't have the answer, then shut up and stay out of it. Nobody cares about your loud mouth.
Yes, they do. My wife cares. She just told me. So you're wrong there, too.
Nobody gives a shit. Maybe your wife. She has to care if she's going to deal with you.
Honey,
if you don't have an answer, then just stay out of it. Stop trying to dominate shit if you don't have the answer.
Yeah, she does care. She didn't say anything this time, though.
You didn't have an answer. So just
yes, she does.
Sick of it. Didn't have an answer to the question. I'm not getting
I answered the question. I'm sick of your bullshit.
To be honest, he answered your question. You just don't like the answer. He gave you an answer, right? It's not the one you want, but it's an answer.
His question.
You're asking the question, meaning you don't have an answer at all. So why are you upset at him?
Chocolate. He dropped.
Oh, okay.
Rage wind. Now, Ranty, did you understand that Crayon Muncher's question and how stupid it was? That's what I said. He didn't have a question. More or less, it's non-sequitur.
He was saying, why is the boat not reflecting? I was like, what do you mean? Why are you questioning us as to what's happening in a picture? Like he's mad that the boat wasn't reflecting. Like, dude, that's just the fucking picture. I don't understand. And then he's upset because we don't have the answer he wants. I don't get it sometimes.
Why? Well, the why questions are moronic here. It just is. The sky is reflecting down onto the water. Period. It's obvious. Right? I'm not getting it. I don't get him sometimes. Sometimes he's right on point. Other times he's like out there, baby. Better not come on Ballbusters. I'm going to tear his ass up. Hey, let's call. If he's not there, let's call Arwijn. Hey, Arwijn, what do you think is going on here? Have any questions?
Ask him, Arwijn, why is this boat not reflecting in the water?
Arwijn. And Canty, you're a twisted individual, man. Oh, where did go? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, Arwijn, you're all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured
You're
out what is actually the situation, why it isn't reflecting the boat. Thanks for nobody addressing that, how it could be done. I figured it out. Okay. So what is being reflected here is not the sky part at the height of the boat. No, it's actually the sky part above the boat. And that's why the boat is not reflecting downwards. So
Well,
thank you. I figured it out on my own.
Oh, you figured out that the sky was above the boat?
No, what is reflecting below it is the sky part above the boat, not the region of where the boat is. That is how it works. It has to.
Chocolate. Chocolate, can you translate that for us?
No, I honestly can't.
Think about mirrors. Okay, mirrors reflect things. So
That's right.
they usually reflect pretty specifically concerning angles and all that. Well, if the boat is not reflecting, that means that that reflection, which it is, what we're looking at, mirage, which is practically a reflection, is not reflecting the region, the height of the sky where the boat is. No, it's actually reflecting the part, the band of the sky above the boat, because that's the only reason why the boat itself would not be reflected, because that height of the where that sky part of where the boat is in is not being reflected. It's the part above it. That fixes the situation.
Yeah.
Managed to figure it out all by myself. Thanks.
All by yourself? That's fucking self-evident.
Self-evident. Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't answer it. You didn't. You just said the sky. The sky. Yeah, but you didn't address like the region of the sky, how the reflection actually set up. That's fine. That's fine. You know, I figured it out all myself.
Oh, good. That's great. Next time I'll give Cartesian coordinates of the sky that's being reflected.
Or you could just address the question properly. Right. So I get it now.
Now, don't
Right,
pay
well,
attention.
you didn't convey that
Don't
properly
pay
to me.
attention to due to fog on this. This is incorrect. But the horizon is right here in this picture. You can see it in the contract.
Horizon is arbitrary. Yeah, this doesn't really matter what source you're going to use. I figured it out. So, but it's fine. Hey, if you knew that, you could have just said it. Like, hey, there is a way the reflection could work, excluding the boat, and that is the region above the boat being reflected, and not just the sky. The sky. Because that doesn't help the situation. So,
Wait, why would someone put false horizon due to fog here when I personally don't see any fog and I see horizon in the back?
Yeah, because you wouldn't have seen the boat. Good job, Randy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, how do I see this boat absolutely clear, but there's fog? What the?
Is this a Mick West post?
Sorry, Arwijn, I had to laugh at that because it's fucking hilarious. That's what I said. As soon as I read this the first time, I said, if it was due to fog, you wouldn't see the fucking boat.
Well, I already looked at the horizon in the back, and I'm like, well, I could see the horizon in the back. I could see the boat absolutely clearly, but there's fog in the front.
No, it's riding on the fog.
Oh, fog rider. Nice, fog rider.
Fog rider.
It's a ghost ship. It's riding the fog.
Yeah.
And then you would have Mick West's dumb face right next to this nonsense, right?
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why is people were calling this a Fata Morgana, and it's not, right? This is a Fata Morgana.
Right. Where the
But he
reflection
wasn't
point is
dealing with
actually the boat.
Yeah, right. He was dealing with another subject, but he's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fucking cut and copy and paste that. Sorry.
Come on, dude. He's a science communicator. Give him a
Yeah, right.
He's trying to communicate his science with us.
That's right. That's right.
So he thinks that is a fog. I didn't know that fogs had mirror reflection properties. Like there seems to be the boat seems to be reflecting partially. Like I didn't know that fog was reflective. It's interesting. I thought it was exactly the opposite, actually. But
yeah. Okay, I gotta save as this fucking thing.
yeah, and make sure to take that picture of his head with it too.
Yeah. Oh, I got him. Yeah.
Didn't pass the test. Just like the rest.
Yeah. So yeah. Yep. Yeah.
October 1st, 2017. Holy shit, that's old. That's when he really didn't know his shit.
That's when he really didn't know. Where's he at now?
Well, he's just like the average glober, so he's more aware of the machinations that need to be applied in order to save face. He was just fooling around back then. Apparently.
Oh boy. Yep, there it is. That's what the whole argument was about. The science channels, talking heads saying that this was a Fata Morgana, which it's not. They're missing the forest through the trees, arguing a different point. They're right. This isn't a Fata Morgana. That's correct, because Fata Morganas are inverse, right?
Right. It's a sky reflection. The reflective layer is in the actual sky.
Hey, I wanna impress Ranty. This is an inverted superior mirage.
It is.
Aha!
So how does that really work? Actually, is that the one? Sorry, could you scroll back to the sky reflecting thing? What's the name again?
Do you know how
Fata Morgana, right? So is that technically caused by a specific layer of moist that has a certain temperature that causes that reflection in the sky?
Yeah, I think when you're above that layer, you get the inverted superior mirage, and when you're underneath that layer, which is from my 1 foot observation, when you're underneath that, you get the actual mirage that's loomed up in proportion. It's basically the same image that's
But that must be like a cold front or something. It must be pretty hard line where it really the air types don't mix properly to get such a reflective effect of basically a bunch of gases and mist.
The way I tried explaining it was that it felt like I was looking underneath a blanket. So I'm trying to look underneath this blanket of air, and I was able to see shore to shore with this the top part of the clock tower and Barrow in Furnace, the Devonshire Dock Hall. They were like clipped off like this, but they were the right way around. So that boat where you've got the inverted superior mirage, in my case, because I was underneath that layer, it turned it the right way up. So the superior mirage was the right way up.
It's crocodile boat.
The red one.
Fucking Ranty sounding like a PhD in this shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Cheers.
Okay, here's another one.
Yeah, and I think that's inverted too, but that's because he's above that layer. If you got underneath that, if you went lower, it would reverse it and it would turn it the right way up. So you'd get two boats looking the same, in the same direction.
But in a way, you could draw certain conclusions from these types of effects as to the conditions of the weather, because this can't happen if whatever layer is there is gradiated. It has to be like a front hitting another front that are kind of separate. Otherwise, you could never have, enough separation in order to get some kind of reflective surface like that.
And
How about that?
And thanks, Chocolate, as well. Yeah,
Wow.
They said that was a once in a... Oh, what the hell did they call that? That was that was on the 1st of January, wasn't it, this year? They climbed up to try and get the first sunset of the sunrise of the new millennium or whatever, new decade.
Is that Jesus
the new
standing
decade.
in front of his son?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It has to be said. It's called that, though, isn't it? Something like that.
What is in front of the halo? It almost looks like a person is standing there.
It is. It's the guy taking the photograph.
What?
Yep, that's what they say. It's the shadow of the guy that's taking the photograph being projected in front. He's back here, but it's being projected.
But
What?
Off mist
How
or
did-
something.
That
That's how
doesn't
they
make any
did it.
sense. Where is it reflecting from his back? What?
Yeah, I said the same damn thing.
That is.
Wait, hold up.
That
So-
makes no sense. That-
Wait, so
how
the
can
sun
you-
is behind him?
But
What
did he
is this
take-
in the picture?
Did he take the picture with the camera behind his head? I don't see his head. How can there be a shadow of something that's not in the image? Is he like a reversed vampire or something? What's going on here?
That's the Adam Meakin.
Was he too fast? Was he faster than light? He was actually moved out of the image and his shadow was still there.
Yeah. This is a while.
Yeah, but it's interesting that this was actually done on the first day of this 2020. It was captured. January the 1st.
Yep. Thought I'd share that with you guys. We were talking about it yesterday.
Rancy, have you looked at that video that I've posted once or twice with the sun? Fucking the sun looks like it's setting in the middle of fucking, like, the horizon looks miles behind where the sun is setting. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it, no.
Hold on, let me.
There we go.
It just looks
More
like
fog.
a crazy fucking video.
There's more fog there, QE.
See, there's another one because this is an easy one because you can see the fucking horizon behind it.
Yeah, but it's fog. Don't forget.
Look, John, you can always see a horizon. Horizon is always basically the last point that you can see. So you can't not see a horizon unless there's something way in front obstructing everything in the distance.
They're calling this looming. See, it's just the sky being reflected down onto the water. It's because of your angle that you're looking at this shit,
Whoa.
right?
What? That is a weird one because I don't see the cloud patterns above it being reflected downwards, although it could blur up somewhat, so could still be possible, but that's pretty surreal.
You can actually see the shadow on the boat, though, on the water underneath it.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
So is this more a regular reflection and not really any?
This happens quite a lot, Arwijn. Honestly.
But because it
Rancy,
seems like
I
it's
put-
the water, being wavy and shit, still
I put
causing
that
some reflection.
video in Ballbusters, Rancy.
I do see
Okay,
some
yeah.
reflection, like you said, yeah.
Yeah, the water. You see, the water here is pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, but not entirely. So, but yeah, this makes more sense to me to what I'm looking at as with the sailboat one.
Well, it seems to smooth itself out the more of the angle that you've got. So, in that area where you've got the sky repeating down on itself, that's probably around about, let's say, a 3 mile stretch. But in the area that you're looking beneath that, where you've got those choppy waves, that only might be a mile. So it levels itself out, it flattens itself out because of your angle, and that's how you're allowed to. That's how you get this effect, this sheen on the water.
Could it also be potentially a more like randomly scattered reflection, that it's just reflecting much more everything?
A massive shout out to Mason B for the $4.99 super chat. Says first super chat. Shout out the Ballbusters team and everyone in the chat. And he's going on mute. Nice one. Cheers, Mason B. Thank you very much.
Angle reflection average.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't see the boat so much reflected, because it's all just randomly mixed up, like paint being mixed up.
Yeah, it's just a reflection off the water. That's the sky is just being reflected off the water. That's it.
Yeah, but not just a genuine mirror reflection. It's more a scattered reflection from all kinds of directions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Averaged out into a blurred color of it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That makes sense because of the waves and everything. They are there.
Yeah,
the little waves.
Now, if you would raise your elevation here, this would go away.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Yeah, but because the reflective index would no longer be sufficient in order to create any kind of reflection.
It's not shit. It's not rays curving over the horizon like they explain it. That's horse shit.
Yeah, I'm not even going there. I'm just genuinely interested in the actual optics. I don't the stupid R-based machinations. It's just.
Yeah, I agree.
Ranty, I'm going to shoot in a second. Can you just go back to that first Fata Morgana?
That's mine. Yeah,
is it yours, John? Have you got it?
Yeah.
Just to.
Wait a second. Where was it?
Oh, Adam, by the way.
There it is.
And another massive super chat to the Ninja Man for the £3.99 super chat. Keep up the good work, Ranty. Thank you very much.
You can see the angles. It's quite low. What I thought was interesting on that picture is the variance with regards to the mirage, the reverse mirage above. Look at the rate of compression on the actual boat. That the size of can you see the crane arm?
I can, yeah.
So you can
it's wobbled.
Yeah,
it's not perfectly straight. It's like a warped mirror a bit.
Because you've got a much bigger angle to the mirage. Look, it's not subject to the compression that the actual image is. I thought that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the better image really of how the boat should look is the actual mirage of it.
Yeah.
If you turn it the other way around.
Compressed, does it at all? It's
right, but the top it doesn't reflect the entire boat. It's like the last part is just folds in on itself, like it's over the edge of the reflective layer or something. Folds up.
No, you're not getting what I'm saying.
You don't see the bottom part of the boat being reflected.
Look at the height of the width and the width of the height of the struts on the crane on the actual boat, because the actual boat's right at the point of resolution. Yeah, the angle to it is a lot smaller, so the whole image is being subjected to lots of compression, being compacted down. So but because the angle to the mirage is a lot higher than the boat, it's not on the horizon, the mirage image, it's not subject to the same angular compression for its part of the image. And I just found it's interesting that you're not getting the compression in the mirage. It's reflected.
Right. It's decompressed. The last part
is
stretched.
There may be some stretching in it, but for me, it's the bottom image that's more compressed. But I don't know.
What? You think so?
Yeah, the actual boat itself is subject to compression. Oh, it's on the horizon. Look at it.
Isn't it just those really big rigs? They're just pretty flat, though. I think.
Yeah, but if you look at the bed of it, you can see that it's wavy. If you look at a third of the way across from the right-hand side, the bed of it's quite low down to the ocean, and then as you move across, it's higher up, and you can see that the wave on the boat. So you can see that it has having some kind of effects on it, some squashing effects.
Hold on, I think it's designed that way. Have you actually looked at an image, a proper photograph of the actual boat? Because I'm pretty sure that's what they look like.
Shout out to Racky Alive for the $4.99 super chat. I don't like QE Arwijn is ace, and Cleary is smarter than he looks. Shout out to Flat Curves. Moot. Thank you very much.
Picture, and turns out you could be right as well. I don't know.
Just give me a break, Arwijn. Adam, are you there?
Play that, and then and then you can send it me.
No sound.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Play that again. Oh, with the globe.
Wow.
Oh, it's turning too. It's even spinning a bit.
Can you put it on full screen?
See, it's spinning with the screen. It's a spinning globe.
Yeah, see, didn't I say to add one of those a while ago? But you were like, "Oh, we can't do it." Here it is. That's awesome. Nice.
We're getting it. It's hard to do, but we're getting there slowly but surely.
Right.
I may have a bit of. You may want to brighten it up.
Hold on, Arwijn. Hold on.
Make sure, John, that when he renders the clip for us, he renders the full length of what you send him, because it's going to be hard for me to splice that then into the rest of that little bit of scene. So if he can make sure he stamps on the globe, and then it pans up and the Terminator turns, yeah. So he gives us the whole length of video that we give him. You know, that's sort of.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
What, are you going to be there?
You are?
Because guess what? There he is.
Cool.
I would try and slow that clip down, to about 50%, just so that you get the effect. I know it's quick.
I have advice of a different type. I would not slow it down, but instead to help. And this is all about theatrics. Yeah, the globe. The way it's lit, it's perfectly attuned to the scene, but you may actually just want to brighten it up a little so it immediately grabs the eye. It doesn't matter that it wouldn't match the real lighting in the scene, because it is to make a point. So I would light it up a little bit, maybe 20 to 50%.
No, I tell you what I would do. What are you doing there? When you see the globe, before he stamps on it, if you can cut to the Terminator turning his head and looking at it with his red eyes and then stamping on it.
I don't think we can do that. I don't think he can do that.
Oh, right. I mean, that would have been cool.
That would break the scene and the music and all that.
Right. But I got you, Adam. Are you going to be there today, Adam?
What, for the web meeting? Maybe not, because I'm fucking knackered. You killed me last night.
Yeah, you're telling me. Okay, so you want the whole... Yeah, I know what you want. You need the whole scene together.
Yeah. Otherwise, we've got to then try and splice it back into the rest of that 10-second clip, which is hard. So.
Right. I'll let them know, Adam.
Cool.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to do one, guys, because I'm going to grab.
All right, Adam.
Grab a brew.
I hope you take my tip, though. I would brighten it up a little.
I'll let him know, Arwijn. See if because I had to pull teeth to get this far.
Understand.
But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you. Yep.
I'm just trying to give my, the backdoor editing. That's
Yeah. No, I agree. 20%, a little bit brighter would work.
Well, if he'd have that concept in mind, then he can fine tune it as to. He just has to get the point as to why. That's it.
I have to see the whole thing though, because it's hard just with that small clip. I want to see it. Right. So yeah, I got you. I'm tracking with you.
All right.
So who made that? That debunking? You just had it up then with Mick West. Who was it who created that actual thread? Was it Mick West himself?
1 second. Is this the first post?
So his first post, his first image, is showing that fog.
No, I think this is the first post in the thread. Debunked Fata Morgana.
Yeah, so he created it. Oh, he did create
2017.
it. Top left, yeah, he created it. Mick West, October the 20th. So he created it, and the first image that he put up was saying that the boat, the false horizon was due to fog, right?
Yes.
What a bell end.
He's improvising. He's obviously just improvising. He literally doesn't get what he's seeing. It's blatantly obvious.
But I like what he did with the photo. Not his bullshit.
Another massive shout out to Amanda Young for the $3 super chat. Shout out to Ranty, Arwijn, Quantum Eraser, and Bible Literalist. Thank you very much.
What is that graph?
It's contrasting levels.
Oh, right. So he photoshopped it a little.
No, he just contrasted it so you could make the horizon out a little clearer.
That is photoshopping. That's what, or another that's adjust the level,
enhancing
the
it.
Contrast. That's photoshopping, but fine.
Yeah, that's okay. That it just helps you see it better. He didn't do anything except mess with the contrast.
No, photoshopping would be actually in putting something in it that you don't want to try and misrepresent the image. All this is doing is just highlighting what's already there so that you can see it.
Yeah, it's just like what Ben did.
I guess that these days photoshopping mostly means putting something in there that wasn't there in the first place.
It's just like what Ben did. It's just like what he did. Although he colored it.
Whoa, that looks warpy, man.
And Ranty, I was looking at this further because I didn't really care about the oil platforms. But it looks like at 1 foot elevation, he got under the mess because look at this. Look at these cranes.
I saw that. It looks to me like this image was almost at the time when you could have that that looming effect, that superior mirage. You know,
right?
It could have been that case, but it wasn't strong enough to create a superior mirage. It was just strong enough to warp that band of air that's probably around about 40 feet high.
I don't know. I think this one is a lack of air clarity. 9.4 miles is a very long distance.
This is similar to my 1 foot observation because I got low enough and was able to get that band of distortion at about that height as well.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But you're able to see short. You get underneath that air, that layer. You get underneath it. I called it getting underneath the blanket, so it looks like it's the same thing.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I looked up because I wasn't much concerned with these. I was concentrating on the horizon. Then I looked up. I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I saw that, and it's just that one little band. It's probably about 1 centimeter or 2 across on the image, and you can actually just see it going through the image. But above that, everything's fine. Beneath it, everything's fine. It's just that little section. Now.
Hey guys,
it's amazing to think there's a 3 mile difference between these two platforms because they really look like they're just right next to each other.
They do.
That's crazy.
That's why when you look out and you see boats, more often than not, most of them appear to be on the horizon, appear to be at the horizon because they could be at a distance of 10 miles or 15 miles. But because you're at such a narrow angle, they take up such a very small amount of pixels. That those 5 mile difference takes up so few pixels that they look like they're both on the horizon. Genuinely.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I like it, so I nicked it.
Yeah. You know, every time I see this, it just baffles me more and more that Globers, that we have that kind of visual data available of how things look over vast distances, and that Globers then so readily can just imagine that all these lights from the sky and the planets are actual visuals from objects at astronomically vaster distances, and that's going to be visible just like that when we look through all this. And
$2 super chat from Cleary. Wreck your life is a shill. Thank you very much.
All blurred up and warped. Why would we assume that we could ever see anything at such astronomical distances unblurred constantly? It makes no sense.
Rancy, did you check out the video I put in Ballbusters? Should be the last one. I want to hear your take on it because I look at it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. It just looks crazy to me.
You guys get my point, though?
Yeah,
I got it.
Right, okay. So what are we looking at here, then?
Just to let you guys know, I put Mick's page in the text chat if you want to go to this page yourself.
Okay. I'll share my screen so you guys can see
All right,
this.
yeah, let me stop. I'll stop. There you go.
Let's have a look, see. So what we... Oh, the sun there. Fucking hell, that's low down, isn't it? Is that...
Yeah, man.
What the
It's a
hell's
sun
Yeah, man.
going down before the curve. dude.
Right.
Yeah, the sun is going before the curve. Yeah,
What's this going
yeah, it
on
is. It
there?
must
When
be. Yeah. No, man. The Earth is so transparent. It's just shining through it.
Yeah, I was thinking that it, I don't know actually.
It's
Is
just
it
a really, really, really thick cloud.
Yeah, I
This,
think. Oh,
I've been waiting to ask you
I know what
to
it
hear
is.
what you think, because this is crazy to me.
I think I know what it is. That's the perceived hard horizon, obviously down there. This is just like light clouds. I would say it's light clouds that are strong enough to block out the rest of the sky, but there's where it's actually setting there.
So maybe it is a really thick cloud front.
Thin cloud.
But look how you can see the light coming from behind the horizon. Like, it's just fucking nuts to me. Like, you got the sun right here in the front, and then in the back you got the light after the dark line horizon. What the hell?
Yeah, this is similar to what John was showing with the boat, but it's obviously a completely different. I think this is just real clouds here, but they're very light. But over a long distance, they're strong enough to, or they're thick enough to block out the rest of the sky, but not thick enough to block out the sun, which is, you know, there's the real sunset place here, where the sun would set.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it
Amazing.
So when I posted this yesterday, even Dr. John was like, "This is very interesting. What the hell? What are we looking at here?"
Can I up the ante for you a little? So imagine at that picture, right? That if you're somebody else in a plane that is roughly at that location, should be like hundreds of miles away, and looking at that same cloud bank, it's actually going to be lit on the top because the sun over there is still a lot higher. Very likely so.
This is
it's going to look different than it does from this angle where the sun is technically coming from behind the clouds, not from atop. So how weird is that?
This is actually an awesome video for showing this Fresnel effect of the sun as it hits. Well, from ground floor it would be hitting the atmosphere, but from this case it's actually hitting the clouds. So it's on the other side, but it's hitting the clouds. So this pink area is the Fresnel effect of the sun. The real sun is the bright spot in the middle. And what you'll see is, you watch this video in a minute, you'll see that the sun just goes further and further up. There you go. Look at that hot spot there. Hang on. Let's go to 10 seconds. Right, you see a very bright spot there. Now, I've photographed images like this. And the rest of it's just this Fresnel effect. Now watch. As it disappears, it gets smaller. It's just going further away. And the Fresnel effect is still happening on the clouds. Look, can you see?
Right.
Yeah.
It's being filtered by the clouds, basically.
So it looks like you're still seeing the full size of the sun, but you're not. The real sun is much smaller now, but it's still got this effect.
No, the sun doesn't have an actual size, and it doesn't change angular size really, except by lensing.
The perceived size.
Right.
So all you're seeing now, the sun has just gone further away, out of sight. You can't no longer see it, but you're still seeing that the remains of it.
Right, it's still lighting up the sky, even though it's behind the clouds. But yeah, it's complicated because if you go there, very, very far away, it's not there yet, and there's still probably going to be light shining upon those clouds. Because, yeah, sun is holographic. How about that?
I don't know how a hologram would do this.
Well, you have to imagine every time you see the sun, that point, that angular point is where the light is coming from in relation to pretty much everything you're going to see. But in that actual location where you see that light, roughly, it's going to be in another location. And all the light will be then coming from other angles, showing other things, lighting up other things. So it's weird. Just like why you can see crepuscular rays at some point, and then somebody else looks a few miles at the same clouds, and there's no crepuscular rays coming through them, because to them the sun is in another spot. And it's everywhere. And I'm figuring it out more and more. It's totally surreal, but it's real.
Yes, that would be my take there, Choccy, would be that is the, where the sun's setting, and these are just clouds. But
it is.
No, that's cool, man. I wanted to hear somebody who knows a lot more about this shit than me, because I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But to me, it just, I don't know, it's literally coming, the light is coming in relation to the observer in the plane from behind those clouds. Like the clouds are obstructing the light, even though it's still shining from behind it, right? But in that actual location where those clouds actually are, if you'd be there, the sun is at a different spot. And it's going to probably still shine on those clouds. And you're going to see those clouds being lit up, which you don't see from this plane. Because here, it's not shining on those clouds. That only works if you're in the other location. How about that?
How about the sun is just a very difficult thing to try and understand?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is.
Do you guys see? I was going to
holographic.
post it. NASA just came out with a video like 2 days ago talking about what is the sun. Did you guys see that?
Really? They did?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was like a couple days ago. It just came out brand new. I was like, look at you guys.
A plasma ball surrounding a black hole, and magnetics and fission and vacuum and gravity and what is it?
Yeah. All of that.
Yeah. They mentioned the black hole inside.
Big ball of fire.
But did they mention there's always a black hole inside?
Oh wow, look at that image, John.
Because there is.
You see how they all appear on the horizon? Even though they're clearly the distances are a lot different. They all appear to be on that horizon. You could put a line in across, and a line across that, and they'd almost all sit on it.
It's the Sky Fleet.
It's just because of your angle.
Fleet.
Yeah.
We're being invaded by sky boats.
Look at the clouds in there, Arwijn, on this one. You can see the clouds.
Yeah, the clouds are average blurry below it, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it is mixed up. It's like a mixed up palette of all the reflections surrounding that.
Yep. You could actually see the fucking horizon.
Right. And it's also funny because technically if the reflection would be closer, then it becomes less blurred up because there's less directions in all the surfaces, and reflections become more pronounced, like these rocks in the foreground. See? It's much more pronounced, the reflection of it, because it's not as scattered in all directions as much. It's not blurred out.
Yeah, and it would change upon your elevation change.
Mm-hmm.
If you raise up, it's so friggin' strange. But they call
optics. I love it.
That's what they called this.
Well, the clouds above it do give it really an extra mystery. It is really like totally surreal, this picture.
It is surreal, but it's just an illusion. But guess what they called this? Guess what they called this? I pulled this from an article.
The Fata Morgana?
Yep.
Oh, of course.
Yep. I'll show you. Fata Morgana.
Oh, dear.
Fata Morgana.
Is this on Mick West's again?
No, this is not Mick West, though. This is. I'll put the link in.
Wahabi? What?
I dropped the link for that NASA video. I dropped it in Ballbusters too. Don't worry about me talking, Arwijn. Don't worry.
One Habib.
Don't worry about me talking, Arwijn, he says.
No, I don't.
I don't know where this is from, but there you go.
I was just trying to identify it. And it's posted by a guy apparently naming himself Rado Wahabi, whatever. Whoa, what's that?
I was searching. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'm searching for something else. I'm searching for
Got a gold tooth on a tiger?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
Like
their
rap.
problem?
He likes rap music too.
Like, why would you want to put a chunk of gold in a tiger's mouth? It's like a huge weight. Sucks.
Can't find
Thanks.
the superior Fata Morgana inferior mirage. I'm gonna find it.
Have you checked any of these images on Bing?
I don't do Bing. I think it's of the devil.
Microsoft.
It still doesn't stop you from browsing it.
I don't know. You know, Bing, at least they didn't break their own freaking algorithm. It's not as good as Google's, but it's not broken at least.
What we're looking for, Fata Morgana.
No, I'm looking for. Oh, this is a fucking crazy one.
That's hilarious.
Wow, that's a big one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and like, why isn't everybody looking in the direction of that boat? It's like, what the fuck is a flying boat over there? Huh? Okay.
So
That's sort of different, huh?
Huh. Is that from a different angle?
I think they
I like
photoshopped it.
Ah, those bastards.
Yeah, they've changed the grass behind them.
Is it-
Wow.
Is that the
Amazing.
same exact picture?
Illusion and they Photoshop it?
They've changed the grass for C.
Isn't
No,
that
they
cute?
color correct.
They Photoshopped the land in there.
No,
So
they color
the
correct.
Fata Morgana, this is the original, you're saying?
I don't know. They said they color corrected.
Color corrected what? From grass
I
to fucking
fucking
sea?
know. Look
Well,
at
it
that.
does still look ocean, so it's almost like oceanic dirt. So I think that the
Oh,
bottom one is
yeah.
Photoshop.
Dirt.
Now look at it. It's still the wave patterns, but it's just brown. So
There it
yeah,
is. I'll
the
give it to
bottom
you.
one is Photoshop.
I put the link in there so you guys could check it out yourself. It's fucking strange.
Horizon Hunters.
John, if you want to have a good laugh, go and watch what I posted in Ballbusters with NASA telling us what the sun is.
I'll get there. I'm looking for something.
yeah. No
Okay.
problem.
I want to save. I think I want to save this one. I might use this one. That's strange. What the fuck?
Wow. Ask NASA. Hashtag Ask NASA. Sheesh. Great. Now I'm gonna get YouTube recommendation for this freaking channel forever now. Thanks. It happens every single time.
Well,
I click
I
on
should
some kind of
not be
NASA shit. They shove it in my face. For
I
weeks.
should not be the only one suffering seeing
Thanks.
NASA bullshit, so I must share with my friends. Besides, we talk about what the damn sun is all the time, right? So here's what NASA thinks.
Yeah, but I don't want to have their videos recommended every single time I do anything on YouTube.
Why not?
Because they always
You're
put
funny.
it.
The last one was, what is the International Space Station exactly? Like, what is it? Like they're re-indoctrinating people. It's a comeback of the indoctrination.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just to refresh things, isn't it?
right. Anybody see my show this morning? I think I did a pretty good job.
No, too fucking early, man.
To what?
Too
Oh,
early. I
Right.
can't.
Well, take a look
I
at
don't
it. I actually went through the my old picture.
Don't worry, I was just talking.
All right.
Here we go again.
I can't even get up in time for Nathan's show, and you ask me if I watched your show?
Stop being such a lazy bastard. You know how early they get up in the military? What is it? 5 o'clock?
Not anymore.
5 o'clock? Hot
What?
soldier, get in line.
On your feet, soldier.
Yeah. No, but just take a look. Just watch. You don't have to be there live, you know?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but I got a busy day, Arwijn. I'm sorry. I get to yours sometimes.
With
Just
what?
depends.
Making lunch and dinner?
I got family responsibilities along with a whole bunch of other stuff now.
All right. Okay.
I'm trying to find this last photo that chocolate that we were looking at yesterday. I can't fucking.
What is that? A T-shirt with looming? What is that?
I don't know. Let's
Looks
check it
kind
out.
of gay. What?
What the fuck?
Ugh.
Their faces are melded together.
Maybe that is actually a good representation of what they think of looming.
It's John and Nathan.
Shut the fuck up. That's fucking.
Somebody get that shirt and send it to Nathan.
It's Rantity.
It's Nathan. John.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Nathan.
Hello, Jonathan. Hello.
John Nathan. Joe
Yeah,
Nathan. Joe Nathan. There we
John,
go.
John Nathan.
Anthony. Here, how about this one?
See, it is actually a name. How about that?
Nathan Stunya.
Hey, chocolate. Shut the fuck up.
Queer Nathan. Queer Nathan QE.
Look at the
Jonathan
Shut
Oakston.
the fuck up. All right, I'm not dealing with you guys anymore. Fuck you. I can't find that fucking picture. That you know which one I'm talking about, right? Chocolate.
No,
You'll find
which
it
one?
in your history. You'll find it in your history.
I love it every time I see an orthographic view and then viewing lines being all curved and bendy. Every time I see it, it's just amazing.
Oh, what the fuck am I doing?
Orthographic curvy viewing lines. R-based view.
Ah!
Uh,
What the fuck was I looking at when I seen it yesterday?
Porn?
No, what porn?
he has a family, right?
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me anymore.
Barely does it for me.
Thought that was it, but it wasn't. Let's go to Fata Morgana. Maybe I'll find it there, for fuck's sake. Stupid fucking picture. Where was it?
Give us an idea what it looked like.
It was a boat. It was Fata Morgana, but it was the Fata Morgana had a Fata Morgana.
Oh, like a triple.
It was really strange. And
Yeah, I know
don't
which one you're talking about.
Yep.
No.
Why don't you just look on Fata Morgana boat? Done.
I should put a Fata Morgana boat, but that's where it mainly occurs. I don't think it'll come in here. Wait a second.
No, just type it in. Mirage, yes.
It's almost like this, but it's not. It's like that. Where the fuck did it go? Strange. One second. Boy, that looks like shit, Ranty. Yeah. Hey, chocolate, check that one out.
Yeah, that's kind of like. Is that the same one, or that's just a different?
I can't. That's the poor resolution, Ranty. Give us a better picture of that one.
But yeah, that's pretty much the effect, right?
Yes,
See
that's
it
pretty
inverted a little bit. And then
Yep.
on top of the inversion. Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, if you can't find it, we'll use this one.
I just wanted you guys to see it, but yeah, it's like an inverted. It's a superior Fata Morgana. Now it's a superior Fata Morgana, inferior Mirage. No, fuck that.
Right, let's have a look at what you're doing.
Oh, I can't find it. I think that's the same one, Ranty. I think yours just was poor resolution. I think that's the same one I was looking for. Yeah, it's not there. I would have found it already.
Right, let's see how I can get the details on this. What does visual search do? I have no idea because I don't use this. I don't really use Bing. Don't think that's it.
And this ain't gonna work either.
And go to the website.
I was tripping over the fucking thing yesterday. Oh, I'll be right back.
He'll be back. Terminator.
I'm back.
Where's Riley? I wanted to congratulate him on being the dumb fuck of the year.
I got up this morning, first thing I did was call him and say that.
And as soon as I say it, did he just come in this minute I said that?
I did.
Are you here, Riley? Holy shit. Congratulations,
I heard my name and I was summoned.
Holy shit, bro.
Why? Why did you do it?
I don't know. It was fluke.
Wow, we literally haven't spoke a word about you for like an hour, and then you walk in.
I asked the question, and as soon as I pull out my phone to unmute, I saw his icon pop in. I'm like, what the hell?
Chocolate, did you like my video?
Speak of the devil, and he will arrive.
Right?
Did you like my video about Bob?
Bob?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you? What do you think? Do you think it's a bit harsh, or do you think it's fair?
No, it's a necessary.
I'm getting quite a lot of support from it, from flat earthers, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Because Bob's running around telling.
Give a safe space. Everybody wants Bob to be this glorious wizard.
Yeah, and Bob was telling everybody gravity exists and it is a force. After the knockout win that we got from fucking George Mooser and all these other assholes, and then this guy who's a flat earther is running around telling people that gravity exists and it is a force.
Yeah, and
when
that
all of us are trying to spout the other way,
and that he disregards everything. Even he basically admitted that he knows what we said about it.
The thing is, like, everybody's got their own personal views on whether it does or does not exist, right? And everybody's got the right to have those views. But to push it as though it does exist, it's like, Bob, you've got to have some reason for saying that, because where do we see this in the real world where it goes beyond relative density that can explain what we see? Because we are in a medium of air and helium balloons do rise. And if we remove the medium, the helium balloon then falls, because obviously in a vacuum chamber, they hit the deck. So what goes beyond that makes you think that there's something else? What is it? And there isn't anything as far as I can see. But what we need to do is we need to now call it Bobbity. Just coin it against Bob so that it's just him.
No. It's just gravity, and the guy is a Bob Earther. That's what I say.
I've started calling him Bobbity because he's the only one that tells people that gravity does exist and there is some downwards something.
See,
And
No, he's not the only
in
one.
all honesty, what my main problem with Bob, besides the fucking telling people that gravity is a force and then it does exist, my main problem though is him telling people that, or you, that that what was I? The hell was I gonna say? That you are pushing Einstein's relativity.
I'm not though, am I? All I'm doing there is making the ball earthers.
Everybody knows you're not, but because he feels however the hell he feels, he's making it seem as though you're pushing that like it's real.
Yeah,
But it's like, no, we're just holding them to task on their own narrative. But he doesn't, he has to know that. So to me, it just seems like he's being disingenuous and being a dick.
Yeah, he is.
Because he knows damn well we're the ones saying that it doesn't exist. So how are we actually pushing relativity? Are you kidding?
No, it's fucking stupid. I think it's because if gravity doesn't exist as a force, right? Even if it's just because it's Einstein saying it, even if Einstein says it's not a force, that doesn't mean that Einstein is true. It just means that Einstein. I mean, let's look at it this way: we see something moving, but there's nothing pushing it or there's nothing pulling it, right? So we see something, right? So if we call it an adjective, a describing word, to describe what we see, movement, then I can understand why Einstein would say it's an effect. Because if something was pushing it, i.e. pressure, because of relative density, there wouldn't be a physical interaction, there wouldn't be a force doing it because you can't see pressure. But everyone knows that pressure is a force. But if pressure is moving things, then it means when Einstein says it's an effect, he's right when he says it's an effect because it's the effect of pressure, but he's wrong to say it's the effect of bendy space-time. Obviously, that's nonsense. But I actually agree with Einstein when he says it's an effect. It's an effect not of bendy space-time, but it's an effect of something. But he just didn't want to say that it was relative density because I think that is the explanation.
Well, I would like Bob to tell all of us how you got your egg to move, right? Simply by changing the density of the medium and it going in the opposite direction of the force that he believes that causes it to move.
That's the only bit I missed off my video. I should have put a line on that when that egg moved up. I should have said not a downward force, Bob, because obviously the egg was moving up and I added mass to it, right? So based on Bob's theory, if I add mass to it, then there should be something pulling it down or pushing it down, but it went the opposite way. So it's like, well, what the fuck is going on there? Now you have to think about it and you have to get your head out of that mentality of a downwards acceleration force. But if the egg would have gone down when I put the salt in, then that would have supported Bob, but it went the fucking other way. That doesn't support Bob's theory at all.
Bob doesn't have a theory.
He does. He thinks that there's a downwards acceleration something. And I'm like, well, where's the evidence of that goes beyond?
A something. He still doesn't know what. He's still grabbing for straws.
And he admits it's a belief.
Searching for the proof of gravity by figuring out what it is. Just like everybody else.
Anthony,
Yo.
This is fog.
How do you know it's fog? It's fucking not fog, is it? Fog where I come from is like a cloud. It's got wispy edges. It's not harsh, and you can see it. You can see it's fog.
Tell us why. Tell us why when you look at this image, why it might not be fog.
It's the sky reflecting under the boat.
Yeah, but tell us what in this image gives it away that it might not be fog.
Well, that you can see the boat. If it were fog, you wouldn't see the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mick West. By the way.
Well, you can
So the fog is thick enough to block off the rest of the water, but for some reason it ignores the boat.
Right, but this is Mick West's analysis from 2017, when he was even more ignorant than he is now.
Hang on, just read that. Just read
Listen, Anthony's seen this yesterday. He knew it.
Just read the advert at the top. What did it say? No. What did it go? What did it say? No. Escaping the rabbit hole: how to debunk conspiracy theories using facts, logic, and respect by Mick West.
By Mick West?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then look, he puts false horizon due to fog.
Special.
So I wonder which facts he used, which logic, and how he got respect from this image.
You'll need to look that up in his special science communication book.
Hey, Randy, I gave you this link. Do with it what you will.
Okay.
It's in here. It's inside the hangout. You can do with it whatever you want. You might want to show this on your next show, including his book.
It's a good. It's a good one to take him apart on, isn't it?
Anthony, look at these. I put this link in there. We'll get back to your gravity, Anthony. I promise.
Well,
Remember the
wait a minute. He came in. He
yesterday?
came in to accept his award. He came in to literally. Chocolate had just said that he wanted to congratulate Sleeping Warrior on winning his award. The next thing, he's there. He appeared.
Oh, Anthony. Yeah, I know. He's cool like that sometimes.
He's circular.
But it was just too crazy.
It's just like
Coincidence.
Yeah, I heard Anthony's
getting
voice.
back right when the Christmas recording.
Oh, I was talking again. I heard Anthony's voice. And I got really happy for some reason because you cracked me up, Anthony. Those dogs yesterday on your video, it's fucking hilarious.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Bob pulls the ballers out, right? He's happy to allow us to kill ballers on gravity, right? And then he crawls in and gets patted by the gravity himself.
Tell us
Yeah,
about
I
this
love
award.
your videos.
I want to know about this award,
Go
Tony.
back because he had the fat girth and Bob's picture on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, because it's associated with Fight the Flat Earth now. You can't get much more of an insult, can you?
No.
And the best thing is, I didn't pull Fight the Flat Earth's full face on it. I just got his eyes peeping up as though he's being like a coward.
I'm sorry. My favorite was the flat earth dog just fucking dragging the other gravity dog around.
Yeah, get out of there. I want a bit of gravity.
We'll have none of that.
Do you know, I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I do a video like that, one of those short videos that's easy to watch, I have to watch it about 15 times and just marvel at how fab it is. If you watch it and pay attention to it, I just sit back and just go, Bob's going to be well pissed off with that.
Yeah, I was watching it like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Hang on, was it?
I love your short little
David
videos.
Weiss
Man.
wasn't
They're
too
great.
happy about it either.
Am I on mute?
David Weiss.
Yeah,
He had a comment and it was pinned, and then he fucking deleted it, didn't he?
He did? He deleted that comment?
He deleted his own comment.
Wow!
Yeah. Because I basically stood my ground. I said, listen, I just said it's one thing to think that it might exist, right? And we've all been through that, and it's fine. Everybody allows everybody to think that it may or may not be there. A lot of people don't fucking know, right? And that's cool. But if you're going to push that it is there, based on fuck all evidence, just your own belief, everybody should be like, well, what evidence have you got for it? But for some reason, Bob does walk around like he's some kind of Bob the science guy kind of guy. And it's like, Bob, you're not immune from criticism here. What evidence is there? Fuck all.
Yeah, he did.
Nah, I've unfortunately lost a lot because your video was on my mind when I woke up this morning, and I'm just sitting thinking, like, why? First of all, why the fuck is he telling people that gravity exists and that it is a force after everything we went through to get this asshole to admit that it's not? Right?
He's a
But
baller.
then, right. But then I'm like, but this asshole, not only that, but now you've got this little agenda of trying to make it seem like we're pushing Einstein's relativity. Anybody who listens to us knows damn well we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
He's lying. He's lying.
No, he's just being blusterous. He improvised it. He's just like some kind of nobility thinking like, oh no, they're all stupid. I am going to be much better, even though he doesn't actually size up a lot.
No, I think he just wants another notch on his belt. He's the flat earther that apparently proved rotation. So now he wants to be the flat earther that proved gravity.
Hey, that's
He's a
my
moron as far as I'm concerned.
chocolate. That was my. He
Yeah,
just
well, I mean-
wants the glory. He wants the glory, and he wants to see, like, if he can become famous again. That
He's a dumbass.
in fame. Maybe he can prove gravity.
He's a dumbass. He's making an ass out of himself.
Yeah, but he does get attention.
He
though.
really is.
and people will continue to listen to it
from retard, because that's stupid shit.
Well, that attention might soon change up because I mean, look, when I started watching Glowbusters, I was already of the mind like, yeah, obviously gravity doesn't exist. So now, what about the long-term people that have been listening to him that are like, no, it still doesn't exist, but now he's pushing it. You know,
but Glowbusters for me has been literal circle jerking for at least a year, where I can't bear to listen to these guys anymore because they're just making mistake after mistake, constantly patting each other on the back and just pretending like they're all the amazing wizards of the world.
but the other part is, on top of that, they're not the ones really in the trenches. Like Nathan always says, in the trenches. We are.
Exactly.
We're debating these assholes every day. These guys just have a show every week. They put on a little 3-hour show where we pat each other on the back, like you said, Arwijn, and everything's okay. Like, I'm starting to lose a lot of respect. Like, I still have respect for Jaren, but Bob has killed it for me now. I can't fuck with Bob.
Jaren's mantra is that he follows where the evidence takes him, and if the evidence takes him A, B, or C, then that's where he goes, right? Yeah, he's caught between a rock and a hard place with Bob because Jaren knows relative density is pretty much the explanation. There may be a little bit more to it, or it may need a bit of tweaking here and there, but he knows that there's no fucking force, right? Everything's relative to each other. He knows that. That doesn't mean that we're accepting Einstein, but Bob's his right-hand man, is his wingman, isn't it? So can you imagine that me and Nathan were arguing red over green or blue or whatever, and you'd have that conflict? How do you get past that when you're friends? You're not enemies. And it's not that easy because Bob's a bit of a head case in psychology departments. So I'm just wondering how Jaren's going to fare in all this.
Yeah, but how many videos does Jaren have destroying gravity? I mean, I don't know. They have a weird dynamic over there.
I told you what the problem was, didn't I? What's Bob's problem?
He won't listen to anybody that criticizes him. He thinks everybody hates him.
No, besides being retarded, what's Bob's problem?
Did you know that Rasta has called out Bob?
Hold on. I'm talking. Bring your Rasta up next time. I got a question on the table.
I don't know, John, is the answer to your question.
Either he's a baller or he's a pretender.
No. He got issues with the electric universe. He's tied to this electric universe, tattooed Jabba the Hutt Ken Wheeler. That's his problem.
Yeah, he does. He does seem to like almost worship him in a way. Like, Bob thinks that Ken Wheeler is more intelligent than him. So he's actually resorting to the typical NASA priesthood trickery. Like, oh, he's smarter. I'm just going to believe him.
I'm telling you, that's the root problem, and he's a retard. Now you can go ahead with your Rasta hat.
I just wanted to say for a moment that Rasta was whining to my face like even 2 years ago about Bob.
Where is Rasta hat? Did he ever find that Trish Blythe thing?
Nope, he did not. And it seems like he's just retracted from YouTube. Although I did get a message from him on Skype the other day about some other person he really doesn't like, and there's a lot of them.
I think you might have been wrong with the Trish Blythe thing, you know. Right, I've got just give me a sec.
You're right. He might have been wrong, and that's a good reason for him to basically say, okay, screw that, I'm not gonna show my face for a while, because he does not want to be caught out being wrong ever. He's very neurotic about it. Right.
So, did you say that Dirth left a comment? I've not seen your video, Tony, so I have no idea what the video's about.
Grant, he had to step away for Tony had to step away for a second. What did Dirth post under Ranty's video or under Anthony's video?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Why are you attacking Bob?
I'd like to know. Yeah,
but he said that. That's what he said. Like, why?
No, that's what he said.
That's what he said. That's what David Weiss said in his comment. Why are you attacking Bob?
You read it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Before he deleted it. Yeah. But I did. I even mentioned it on my show, I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on the Early Bird show today. at the beginning. Definitely go out and watch it. It's just like 55 minutes, not that long. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, today it was. I barely had any silent moments. Just nonstop talking Arwijn.
Well, we're used to that.
Right, but now you don't have to deal with any interruptions. From me, of course. But...
Let's get this one. Now, where did I put this?
You guys pushing relativity. You're making me want to punch him in the face. Like, he's got me hot, man. This is some bullshit.
Oh wow!
I want to just. Is he so neurotic? Because I think I remember him actually saying this. Okay, in the Glowbusters, or was it Friday? Remember him saying, "Yes, mass is attracted to mass." He actually went to that.
Oh my god!
Yes,
he did not say that.
Yes, he said that like twice. Very persistent.
Oh my god!
Yes, he said like, yeah, mass may be attracted to mass, but blah 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 blah. Blah. Just like that's what it sounded like after that point to me.
Wasn't that in his post that he wrote to Anthony also?
Yeah, could be.
Well, in that post, he says gravity is a force. If gravity does exist, and it is a force, with emphasis on it.
What? Read the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
a force. It's a force.
I gotta go look for it.
Go back to it and read the whole thing.
Bob. Oh, that Bob. But I'm just gonna.
I told you
Bob
guys.
is not a flat earther. Bob is a Bob earther. Very simple.
I warned you about Bob a long time ago. Randy and him are spit in the shower together, but he's a friggin' Hmong.
I like Bob.
I know you do.
I like Bob. I don't have a problem with Bob personally. I think he can be a bit of a dick at times, awkward, socially awkward. But as
That's
a guy,
called having a problem with him.
Yeah, I just disagree with him pushing gravity nonsense.
You just said I don't have any problem with, except for all the social nonsense. Yeah, you do.
That's all the problem.
Well, no, we've all got our own idiosyncrasies, right? I recognise that he's a bit socially awkward, but that being said, that's the worst thing that I can say about him as a guy, and that's about it. You know, he's a normal kind of guy.
I want to just read this crap real quick. So it says, Sleeping Warrior.
Not just
wow, just wow. You have been hanging around Globers so long that they have totally eviscerated any logical thought process you might have had left. George Musser only said what he said because he has to toe the Einstein relativity party line, which denies gravity as a force and promotes bendy spacetime. You should be quite familiar with Einstein since you promote his stupid relativity theory by stating up and down are relative directions. Only on a ball are up and down relative directions. My good God, Tony, are you really that far gone? You are sticking to your utterly asinine claims for one reason only, your ego. Let it go, man, because it is making you create and defend utterly retarded assertions.
He's
Relative
retarded.
density, yeah, I know. Relative density is not a force. Up and down are not relative directions. Atmospheric pressure does exist. Gravity does exist and is a force.
You heard that, Tony? You heard that?
Stop. For fuck's sake, stop promoting Einstein's relativity nonsense and grow a brain. Shaking my head. Stay tuned for the next video where we will address your stupid helium balloon claims, as was stated in this video, if you would have been paying attention instead of thinking about George Musser.
Yeah.
I think you
left
don't
that comment.
No more videos about the relativity theory, okay?
Who left that comment? Who left the comment?
Right.
Who left
Hang on,
that
hang
comment? Bob.
Hang on, guys, wait. The problem he's got is he's citing me for pushing general relativity, but he's not distinguishing the difference between general relativity and relativity in its more general sense, because we live in a relative world. Everything's relative to each other, right?
he's
I can't
earning.
occupy the space Ranty's in, and Ranty can't occupy the space that I'm in. One of us has to give way. I'm bigger than Ranty. Ranty's going to lose. That doesn't mean that we can both sit in the same space. We're relative to each other. But he thinks that means general relativity as per Einstein. He's a fucking moron.
Yeah, he's a moron. And you don't have to give up the same space because you're Rantony. Now,
Yeah.
Dude, just stop making those videos about
Ranty,
relativity.
so you're
Stop.
hold on a second. I want to stir things up like Ranty does. Now, Ranty, you're good friends with Anthony, and you and Bob swap spit in the shower. But Bob is now punking your buddy Anthony out. What are you going to do about it, sir?
He doesn't need to do anything. I can find my own battles. See, Ranty's in a halfway house as well, like Jaren, because Ranty sees this going on. He's like, have you noticed how quiet Ranty is at the minute?
Yes, I do, and I love it.
But yeah, I'm the one on the list, right?
Yes, you're still on the fucking list.
Fuck you and your list.
Unless I see you punch Bob in the face, you're on the fucking list.
Oh my god! So this fucking clown is literally twisting John's relative directions and Einstein's relativity.
Yeah.
Like, this guy doesn't even know what the hell we're saying, man. This is horrible.
The word relative is in there. Come on. It's all the same. The word relative.
Yep, you got it, Arwijn.
That must be it.
The word relatives in there. He thinks that people fucking thousands of years ago didn't realize that things were relative to other things, but they weren't relativists. It's so fucking stupid. He's so stupid. It's unbelievable. Ranty, where the fuck are you?
He's on the phone with Bob.
Am I getting correctly that Bob literally assumes that the relative density theory is based on the theory of relativity?
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yes.
Where's he getting that from?
Because the word relative.
Yeah, you said it. Because the word's relative, because we describe up and down as relative directions, he thinks we're literally saying that relativity is real because the word relative is in it.
Not only up and down, just because the word relative is in it.
Yeah, he's linking relativity, generally speaking, with Einstein, because I correct ballers with Einsteinian gravity because they keep calling it a force. And I'm only using Einstein to get them on the same page because they can't call gravity a force when Einstein's their current authority. But if I say relative density disequilibrium and Einstein in the same paragraph, he thinks that I'm sucking Einstein's dick.
I don't know. I think
he's just mad because if gravity is not a force, his little gravity meter doesn't work.
Correct.
If we call it the theory density relativity, then maybe I'd feel that he'd have a point, but it's not even the same relativity. It's It's about the relation between the values. That's what it's pointing at.
He can't think that far, Arwijn. He's like you said, you identified it. He thinks because the word relative is in anything that you must adhere and you must sign off on Einstein's general theory of relativity.
Yeah, because he even said it. He said, directions are only relative if you're on a ball.
That's fucking moronic.
Hey, Tony, maybe you need to do one of your typical videos, basically addressing his crazy comment step by step like this.
You should do that because that makes it then proper personal, doesn't it? I'd rather leave it the way it is.
Hello, the comment. He made the comment. Okay.
That's what we want, Anthony. And then we want you to shift over to Ranty to give his take on the dilemma he's in.
Where is Ranty? Are you there, Ranty? Not there, is he? Or he's being selectively silent because he knows he's stuck.
He's stuck. You got to make a choice, Ranty. I'll tell you what, I'm announcing it on Ballbusters.
No, don't do that.
Tony, you got the small hat blessing, you know. David Weiss deleted his message. That means green light. You can't do it.
Yeah. The fact that he deleted his message means that he knows that. I mean, I pinned it straight away and I said, look, at the end of the day, having a David Weiss thinks that there's a force, right? So he's on Bob's side, absolutely. Jaron knows there's not. Jaron must be sat there smiling.
Yep.
Should I
Ranty,
message Jaron and say, did you like my latest video?
Ranty, whose side you gonna choose? You gotta make a choice. You can't straddle a fence. You're not fucking Switzerland.
Yeah, it's 2020 is gonna be. It's really gonna come down between glow busters and ball busters, man. 2019 just started it.
It's either gonna be Anthony and Ranty or Rantony.
No, it's going to be either Rantony or just Anthony, because there'll be no Ranty in it anymore. It'll be Ranty Ob. That's what it'll be.
Here's what you do: tell Nathan Ranty thinks gravity's a force.
Oh boy!
I'm dying to know what Jaron thought when he saw that video, because Jaron will have watched it.
Yeah.
Wait. So my question is, what video did he make that comment under?
It was under Good Times for All. Zach's video when he said about is gravity electromagnetism or something like that. It was called. I'll tell you.
Ah, okay.
It's completely separate. I don't know why.
Let's try it. Good Times for. I asked. That was what I said. This is where it's funny because I completely ignored Bob. I said Good Times for All brought out a video saying, "Is gravity incoherent magnetism?" Because obviously Ken Wheeler, right? In that video, in the comments, I said, "Why even connect, link, or associate quote gravity with magnetism? We don't see anything attracting anything anywhere apart from magnets." And he ignored it. But Bob responded saying one of the messages that you read. And then I ignored that. And then I poked Zach and asked him to respond. Then Bob responded again almost on Zach's behalf. And then Zach's final comment was, well, I said, Zach, even George Musa said when referencing the Earth to the moon that there is nothing reaching out. I don't see why there is any logic, reason, or even evidence to suggest that electromagnetic effect is in any way comparable to our reality. A helium balloon debunks the idea that things are attracted to down, the Earth's core, or anything other than it being relative to its own medium. Relative to its own medium is intuitively more applicable. I see no reason to link it to magnetism unless there is some supporting evidence with Earth. Yes, we can use electromagnetism as a force to do things, but to connect that to our day-to-day Earth living is non sequitur without evidence. It's no more of an argument than, quote, wind causes things to move. So wind must be gravity, or love, or anything that isn't intuitive to explain. What the hell is this word gravity being used anyway? Nobody can define it consistently. It's just non sequitur to even use it as a describing word, because there just isn't a phenomena. Nothing is attracted to Earth. Everything is relative to everything else, and the law of exclusivity simply states that no two objects can occupy the same space. One must give way to the other. If I'm bigger than you, you're going to go round me. If you're bigger than me, I'm going to go round you. Doesn't mean it's a fucking orbit, though. And he ignored it. He said, it's got nothing to do with the moon, and I couldn't care less what George Musa says about anything. Electricity and magnetism are everywhere, permeating everything. You create a magnetic field along with every other particle known to man. To leave out magnetism would be crazy. Are you denying the electromagnetic field? I'm done with this conversation. Take care, man. I didn't respond to it, but at the end of the day, no one's denying that there's an electromagnetic field, right? But that doesn't mean it has any influence or action.
Wait, was that Zach?
Electromagnetic field. Wait, what a fucking second. What's electromagnetic?
There is something that, like, because isn't that what the ether is? And the voltage increases as we go higher.
What the fuck is ether?
Pardon?
I was waiting for that.
Well, the ether, there is something up there that's allowing sound waves to pass through it. Because once you
out of here.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with the ether. Why? What's the problem with the ether?
Because you can't fucking even define ether.
Just the thing that allows. Well, when the balloons go high, the high altitude balloons, why is it that the beeping sound stops when the balloon goes beyond a certain height?
What the fuck is that? How does that define ether?
Well, if the air's getting that thin, and the sound waves can't propagate through it, then what else is stopping the sound from passing to the microphone on the camera?
Oh, that's all kind of fucked up, Anthony. Where'd you get that shit from?
High altitude balloon footage, you can hear the beeps going beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, there's no fucking air left up there.
Yeah, so that means there's got to be a medium, right?
There's not fucking air. Air's
Hang
air.
on, I'll turn off my bath, 1 second.
Echo.
Yeah, that's hey Betty.
Betty's on mute.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful Betty. What the fuck is ether?
Who knows?
Hey, Betty.
it's the presumed field of energy that, matter lends some of its energy from.
These fucking clowns say that light is electromagnetic. Is that the same thing you're talking about?
No.
Not you,
Okay.
right?
Who then?
Right? Fucking light photons are neither electric nor magnetic. So how the fuck can they be electromagnetic? And where's this electromagnetic force on the Earth? Where is it? And what does ether have to do with any of it?
Nothing.
That's what I'm talking about. This is jumbled horseshit.
Although the ether may feed into magnetic effects manifesting through.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah,
And what would that be?
What?
What would that be?
it's ethereal at this point.
The ether. What is it?
Well,
Right.
I presume
That's
it
the whole
currently to be a field of energy that can be tapped into through physical means. And it's just there. And that's what a lot of processes derive their energy from. And that's it. That's roughly it. And it is.
Look, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not fighting you on it. I'm just saying people talk about this shit all the time, but where is the empirical proof that it exists?
Look, well,
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Like I get the speculating.
John's here, so it's just not going to be easy to explain that.
I know that's the problem. And then
But-
people just use the word flippantly, like, "Oh, just the ether does this and it does that," and then you ask them, it's like,
But there are leads to it though, because there have been devices, for example, and look, I don't have a lot of empirical evidence for this, but I checked it out.
I
There's
don't expect you to,
industrial
Arwijn.
devices that, for some reason, because of their design, manage to take less energy than the mechanics require. So it seems that energy can be tapped out of abnormal mechanics.
Okay, Arwijn.
Yeah.
We established we have no idea what that is.
And natural energy efficiency.
Right.
Hey,
You wanted
Betty.
to say something, John?
Yeah. Betty, just time out for a second. Betty, you there?
Yeah.
Where the hell is my Iron Realm video in this fucking thing?
Yeah, how would I know? You didn't put it together, right?
Where the fuck? I don't see it. Why the fuck? Oh, there it is.
But
See?
Chocolate, did you
Search
get
it first, then you find it.
my lead to the ether being there is unnatural energy efficiency?
That's bullshit. Define ether.
I can't. It's just where the presumed missing energy is coming from.
That's bullshit. I say it's from invisible three-toed fucking gnomes.
Yeah,
Why?
you can call it that if you like, but other people have called it ether.
Uh-oh. I'm in big fucking trouble.
Yes, you are.
You see this, Betty? Motherfucker.
What is it?
Look in the
It's not
search
here.
bar.
Hey, Arwijn, shut the fuck up.
Look at your search bar. Look at the text.
Yeah, all you got to do, use the go to Video Manager, John. Open up the list of videos.
Oh my god.
Did you upload it at all?
Yeah, that's the fucking question.
There you go.
Click that top box where it's like it's not alongside a video, so that it selects all videos.
This?
Yeah, click that.
Why?
Because it says you're legally required to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Act and other laws. You're required to.
I'm looking for a video.
No.
Oh, sorry.
What
back.
the?
What video are you looking for?
Maybe you called it differently.
I didn't fucking call it differently. Son of a bitch, I'm fucked.
What are you saying? Somebody deleted it?
You shut up, Ranty. You got your own problems.
What's going on?
You got to make a choice, Ranty, because
No, he
you're
doesn't.
swapping spit in the shower with Bob, and then you and Anthony are swapping spit. You're gonna have to choose who you're swapping spit in the shower with.
No.
He's not. He's
What
not.
the hell are you thinking of us?
No, Ranty's entitled to plead the fifth.
Now back to my fucking problem. Where's this fucking video at?
Well, maybe it's on your. Maybe you didn't upload it then.
Just
Because
look
it's
through
one of
the.
the first ones you did, I think, right?
Try to find it through time. Just figure out when roughly you streamed it and just.
I didn't stream it.
It's deleted.
Shut up.
Just take a partial word then. A partial word of what you remember. Partial.
Yep, it's not there. I didn't fucking upload it.
Yeah, I guess that you didn't know.
I didn't upload it.
Did you go all through all this?
Huh?
Did you go through all the videos already?
Did I go through all the videos
just
already? No.
manually with your eyes. Go over the title, see what's there, what's not there.
There's hundreds of fucking videos.
Yeah, so?
No, it would have had this in the title. I'm fucked. I got to come up with another fucking thing to put on today.
Why don't you just do a live show?
Yeah,
With
make
us.
me up, John.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hmm.
Hello, we've been talking for over an hour here. So
Yeah,
turn
John,
on just turn on the video.
No, I got a meeting at 12.
Meeting, whatever.
Motherfucker.
Hey.
Motherfucker.
Shut
Don't
up.
swear in front of a lady.
Yeah, well, Ranty's not going to be here for too much longer.
Okay.
Wow.
So bad.
Nope. I'm bummed. We're gonna have to pick another video to play.
Mm-hmm.
John, you gotta do more live shows. You gotta do one live show every Saturday. I mean it.
All right, listen. Let me just put this one to bed because I'm not seeing it. Nope, it's not here. All right.
Yeah.
Nope. This has turned into a John Betty discussion, so everyone shut the fuck up.
Into a travesty.
Okay.
I'm on mute.
I was going to say that.
I'm not.
Do you know where your mute button is? You know where that is?
I got two of them.
Oh
On my
god.
microphone and on the
I bet you they're brand new.
but my mute button doesn't always work.
No, we know that.
Love you, Arwijn. All right, go ahead, John and Betty.
Right, what have I missed?
I'm trying to figure out a show to play today because the one I thought I had is not fucking there.
Why don't you do the other ranty one?
No, that's Gem Panda. I don't want to do the other ranty one.
Oh, it's a long time that we spliced Gem Panda.
Just play my early bird show from today.
Fuck that!
That was good, though. I give you props. Good try,
I
Arwijn.
like that, Randy. Shut the fuck up. The problem is we don't have thumbnails for the ones I want to do.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna ask me to make a thumbnail out of scratch.
No.
Within 10 minutes.
What do we got? Okay, we're gonna have to get out of this call.
Yeah, we have the wiggles.
I wish we'd recorded this.
John, can I just say I don't think Ranty's seen the Bob video.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I haven't seen the Bob video.
The only Bob video that's dominated the call for the last hour.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna have to break out.
Sunday.
I got emergency, so I'll get you guys later. It was fun.
Well, hang on, before you go,
All right,
guys,
John.
listen, before you go, I've been recording. Do you want me to upload it?
Shut the fuck up, Randy.
Is that a yes? Is that a yes? Do I get your permission there, John?
Why not?
Hell
From
yeah.
from what point?
From an after show point. After show point.
Oh yeah, go ahead and play it. You're gonna get exposed on that son of a bitch. Yeah, go ahead, play that.
Why not? Why not?
Hey, later on, guys. We'll talk later, man. Catch you later. Catch you guys
later.
later.
John.
No, that's fine. Me making a stand against John, even though afterward didn't seem to be for perfectly good reason. I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Ranty,
Yes.
you've not seen the video for my latest upload?
No, but one thing I want to get from you on tape is your first impressions about winning the Dumb Fuck of the Year award, whatever it was. Right?
It's a double negative, isn't it? If dumb bastards are calling me a dumb bastard, it's because they're fucking dumb.
And you wanted to win it, though. That's the thing. And you manipulated the system to rig it so that you would win.
I was going to claim it anyway. I was going to take it away even if I didn't win it and somebody else won it. I was going to take it off them anyway. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm just laughing at them. They're fucking idiots.
Go on. Yeah, no, I haven't seen the Bob one. Arwijn, you've seen it, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Not
so,
all of it though. I got really sick of it after a while, but
What do you mean you got really sick of it? It's fucking 2 minutes 50 seconds long.
He's talking about his video.
oh no, I definitely seen that.
right. I want to see.
I thought the original Sunday stream, where he was just blathering on.
No, I'm on about my video.
It's 3 minutes and
Yeah, I've
21
seen it.
seconds.
I seen it. I upvoted it. Yeah.
So you want me to watch this and then give you an opinion? Is that right?
Well, you might as well, yeah, because everybody else has seen it, and nobody else, you're the only gay in the village that's not seen it.
Right. Hang on then. Let me share the screen so that you can see what I'm seeing. Right.
Go on then.
So you'll see what I'm seeing. I don't know if you're going to get volume through. Where is it? Gravity is not a thing. So here we go. So I'm going to watch this now. Let's see what's what. Tell me if you can hear the volume. Do you hear that?
No.
Right. So
It's okay.
Is it just music all the way through it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, no,
okay.
it's Bob talking as well.
Yeah, I remember.
Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing we will rock.
What the hell? Are you running? What the hell are you running around with the dog for? What's that?
So, Mummy
What's that
Dog.
supposed to show?
Mummy Dog's taking Puppy Dog off the petted, isn't she? Because Mummy Dog's got jealous.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Right.
the girl's Gravity, right? The puppy dog is the baller who gets comforted by its owner. Bob takes them off because Gravity's bullshit, but then he climbs on and gets pampered by the owner, Gravity, because he wants to suckle up to the owner being Gravity. He wants that comfort blanket of Gravity.
I see, so it's a... Right, okay, so it's telling a story. I wouldn't have got that, though, from the video. Unless it...
You can't not get it if you're watching it.
Okay.
Obviously, as I've stated before, I believe that there is a downward acceleration force. I do have to say, guys, that is one thing that bothers me, because to me, when you deny something that is patently obvious, especially to most of the world, whether they understand it correctly or not, to say that things essentially don't fall down or there's nothing that causes them to fall down, to me, I have to agree with them. It does not make us look good, but. That's a battle that we will keep working on, and hopefully more and more people will start to understand where I'm coming from when I say that.
Oh, okay.
This is just I'm just sharing my screen. I can't share the sound through this hangout call.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I've just heard Bob speaking. Right, there we go. So he's just finished now. So right, okay.
Oh, that face. God. face is just so bad.
It's only a,
I got a
multiple
better
movie.
picture for you guys. You got to give me a minute. I'll get you a better picture than this.
He even changes the music up. Silent Night. In a warped version of reality.
And Einstein's role here was to really fill in that mechanism. He explained how is it that massive objects, exert what seems to be a force on one another. Now, literally, it's not a force. So we can and do, and we must think of Newtonian gravity as a force. That doesn't mean it really is, but we don't necessarily need to work at the really is level in this case.
Yes.
We don't need to work at the really is level. It's a bit slow moving, Tony.
People can't read fast.
Okay, so we've known for a long time that gravity doesn't exist. Dr. Verlinder said it's time to yell it. Good face on it.
I believe that there is a downward acceleration force.
Did you pick the ugliest image you could find of him?
Yeah.
Don't be as dumb as a globetard. Hang on, why have you put Bob in as a globetard?
Because he pushes gravity. He pushes bobbity. He's got his own interpretation of bobbity and he pushes it. But it's like, it's not even necessary. But he pushes it and it's like, well, why?
Because Bob believes in the aberration. That's why.
Yeah, believes. He literally said believe. Well, let's not have beliefs. Let's have evidence that supports the belief. Because that's what we
Baby
need.
boomer.
Riley, check your Skype and enjoy.
I'm on it.
Well, see, gravity's your thing to argue about, isn't it? You know, it's what you're hung up on. We've all got our own little bits that we enjoy talking about.
And mine as well. I'm still a master of gravity, presupposition or otherwise.
Are you a Gravwidgeon?
That doesn't work. No.
Nope. What would you say you specialise in, Choccy?
George Musa impressions.
Historical quotations.
What'd you say, Randy? I'm sorry. I posted that picture that I just sent to Riley. I posted it in Ballbusters.
We asked for your specialization, Chocolate, so I think it is historical quotations.
Specialization?
Yeah.
What in this discussion?
What you do best. Historical quotations. You seem
I have common sense.
Yeah, but
no,
but it's not true. You always memorize the best things, the best quotes. You're always the first one.
Yeah, because I pay attention to the shit people tell me. That's how I became a flat earther. I listened to the nonsense that NASA would tell me all the fucking time, and I'm just like, what? That doesn't make any damn sense.
But a lot of people listen to that, but you're the one that actually memorizes the good quotes. You're always the first one to do it.
Yeah, well, when something stands out to me, I gotta point it out. You know? Like when I heard George Musa say that line for the first time, I was like, no. You're not gonna
did that.
Huh?
Can't believe he did that.
Yeah, that's why I rewound it like 3 times to make sure I heard what he was saying. And I was like, wow, you really just are a magician pulling tricks out of a hat.
Yeah. But being so open about it, I thought it was magic. Every time I see it, it's just like I always look at Fight the Flat Earth's face because he just literally doesn't get what the fuck is going on when George says that. That's maybe the funniest part. Like he literally doesn't catch on what's going on at the moment.
No, personally, I think he caught it. I think he was sitting there like, fuck, why is he saying that? I got to somehow finagle it into what I'm saying. So that's why he would say, well, you say it's not a force, but it manifests itself as a force. And then even Musa was like, manifest is cool, but you might as well just tell them, yeah, good try, but no, you could just use it in math, like force concepts. Yeah.
Maybe just George wanted to have a taste of what it was like to be a flat earther without actually having to come out as a flat earther. Ever thought about that?
No. I think George was just being honest and just saying what it is. And it's not a force. Right. Simple as that.
But
which we all said he was going to do, because the guy doesn't write articles to just come back and debunk his own articles.
Yeah, but doesn't that just do it? Despite his beliefs, he was correct pretty much about his assertions, about the way he put it. And that is, it's contrary to what his beliefs would typically want, but it was at least correct, and descriptive of the processes going on, of the decisions being made by this global religion. That's worth something.
Either way, I just find a win like that, where actual consensus crap science, pseudoscience, has come out and basically said our argument, and then we have this guy freaking Bob running around talking about it is a force. What the fuck, man? I just don't get it.
Hey, Riley's still there. He's probably playing his game, isn't he?
You still recording, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll round up. This is the first ever after show of the Flat Earth debate.
It's the happily ever after show.
Are you gonna run this, or you just recording it?
I'm recording it. I'm gonna probably upload it. That's why I was asking if everyone was happy for me to re-upload it.
Well, that's good. How long have you been recording? Because there's a lot of shit talking about Bob on this one.
Couple of hours, I think.
Yeah, at least 2.
Right, well.
It's the what would you call it? The
happily ever after show.
That's right. The after show. I might actually call it that. The happily ever after show.
Why not?
But it's kind of like I don't know. It's when we haven't got our guards up.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also shows just how much work we actually put into this stuff, Because we're still here talking about it, 3 hours after the show finished?
Right. Yeah, we're talking about it to truly figure it out, not just standard to get looks or views or shit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just showing that, we're looking for examples of superior mirages, inferior mirages, all this kind of stuff, and we're going through it, and we're coming up with these answers together as a group. It's what we used to do in the past.
Yeah, true.
And I haven't normally stayed around for these after shows for a while. It's been a couple of months since I was last hanging around till this time, but you guys are here all the time.
Most of the time.
Right, do you want to say goodbye then?
All right. Yeah, it was interesting. Long conversation. Got a bit pissed off at QE. for good reasons. So yeah, I guess people have gotten a chance to see that kind of thing. Like I do actually take a stand sometimes, even if retrospect it turns out to be not perfectly. It wasn't perfect, but yeah, QE he did actually try to make a good point, but he just didn't say it right. So I got really pissed off, and afterward I figured it out, and we agreed. So that
Guys,
was
I gotta drop, guys. I'm jumping in the bath. I shall catch you guys in a bit.
See you in a bit.
All right, man.
Choccy, do you want to say anything?
No, man.
All good.
Good convo. Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
This is what we do. So, catch you guys later.
Catch you later, guys. Well, that's the end of the first ever after show. What did I want to call it? The happily ever after show. We'll see. I'll release this later, and yeah, let's let you guys see exactly what we get up to after the flat Earth debates have finished. So, with that, I'll see you all in the next one, or the next one, or the next one. Massive shout out to Mason B, Ninja Man, Rakia Life, Amanda Young, and Cleary for all 5 of them smashing the super chat this evening. Thank you very, very, very much. Yeah, an interesting show. A lot of it I wasn't actually there for because I went away for about 20 minutes and had some lunch. So when I came back, I was hearing it for the first time, just like you guys. Do a few shout outs to a few people who've managed to stay up for this long. Gleam, who's coming to do a show with me hopefully next Saturday. So there'll be a live panel then. I'll try and get Arwijn on and a few other people then. So that will be next Saturday. So what will that be? That will be potentially 8 days or so. Thanks, Bob, for stopping by in the chat and listening to everything. We've got Jimbo in, Bible Literalist, Gently's channel, nice to see you in. Ryan Etherton, nice to see you in. Flat Enough, and many, many others. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate everything and everybody that stopped by this evening, and I will see you all in the next one.